investigation to the dangerous, violent, and often illegal conduct of ICE and CBP in the Chicagoland area.
The UN Human Rights Chief is calling U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats a violation of international law, as we hear from CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The UN insists there are limits on using lethal force in law enforcement.
The U.S. must halt such attacks and take all measures necessary to prevent the extrajudicial killing of people aboard these boats, whatever the criminal conduct alleged against them.
Ravina Shamdasani, a spokeswoman for the Human Rights Office.
These attacks and mounting human cost are unacceptable.
President Trump has justified the attacks as a necessary escalation to stem the flow of drugs into this country. The death toll from 14 strikes is now more than 60.
And checking Wall Street today, a mixed bag. The Dow is down 77 points. The S&P is up 5 points. The NASDAQ is ahead 99 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The VFW Post 10094 in Indian Rocks is proud to announce Rockin' for Heroes, a special celebration in recognition of Veterans Day and the United States Marine Corps' 250th anniversary. It all happens Sunday, November 9th. The event will feature legendary Southern rock powerhouse Molly Hatchet. Also performing, Nashville recording artist Derek Stoner and one of the Gulf Coast favorites, the Surfin' Raccoons of Clearwater. Gates open at 2:30. Music starts at 3:30. General admission tickets just $35. A discount for veterans. Reserved seating available and VIP add-ons. Tickets are going fast. For more information, go to VFWPost10094.com and reserve your ticket. Veterans Day, November 9th. Molly Hatchet at VFW Post 10094, Walsingham Road in Indian Rocks.
Hello there, Tampa Bay. This is former NFL and college football coach Jimmy Johnson. Listen to the Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They can sure use the attention.
And this is former Major League Baseball player, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. I also hope you listen to the Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They can darn sure use the money.
Hi there. This is marine wildlife artist and conservationist Dr. Guy Harvey. Please listen to the Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They need to feel worthy.
This is Paul Porter, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, inviting you to join me and Jason Alessi for the home team every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on the Tan Talk Radio Network and Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter. Special guests, prizes, and your phone calls about the Bucs, Lightning, Rays, USF, Sun, FSU, Florida, and more. Talk to you this Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tune in Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. for Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. That's 2 hours of great gospel music every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m., all brought to you by the Ozona Pig Restaurant in Ozona. Yes, that's every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. Tune in on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, you new to the area or just want to know about the best hidden gems and upcoming events? Stay tuned. Be Local Buzz with Devin takes you to these places, introduces you to the best businesses, and tells you about upcoming buzz. Preset your radio to Tan Talk 1340 AM or 106.1 FM. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on Tan Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM. Looking forward to speaking with you.
It's the Be Local Buzz with Devin, Tuesdays from 4 to 5 p.m.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's now time for Connecting Caregivers with author, speaker, caregiver advocate, and talk show host Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for caregivers.
All the caregivers around the world today, it's time to lift you up. It's time to celebrate. Good afternoon and welcome to Connecting Caregivers with me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. And sitting next to me is, I don't know, some witch.
From Wicked.
From Wicked.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. That is my best friend, my co-host, and my sidekick. Not sidekick. Well, you know what? I'm starting to think about it. Maybe sometimes you are my sidekick. Because sometimes you and I are just like on the same damn page. You know how that's going to go. So I love your sweater.
Oh, thank you. Oopsie.
It's very festive. You can take
Yeah.
that hat off if it's a pain in the
It
neck.
is.
All right, you did
Everybody see me? I'm so cute.
We took the picture. But I like the sweater.
Isn't that cute? It's only 25 years old.
But are those candy corns buttons?
Yes.
They're very cute. Do you know I saw this thing on Facebook the other day? Like, if you take your candy corns and line them up like in a circle and keep piling them up, the reason they're called candy corns because then it looks like a corn on the cob.
I have to try it.
I couldn't believe it. When you look at it, the way they're lined up in a circle. Did you see that, Ed?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
You probably did when you were trying on your costume you have on.
Okay, so let me set this up. I know we said we were going to dress up today.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and I went to a party last weekend. And I left my costume at her house for the weekend. When I got up this morning, I was like, oh, I don't have it.
So
Well, where
what
does
was
she
your
live?
costume?
How
Indian
far
Rocks.
away?
Indian Rocks Beach. Well, actually, Reddington Beach.
Just around the corner.
Oh,
Ed.
yes. She'd have to leave work. So she's at one of those court reporter
So
things.
what was your costume?
Jedi. I've got a robe and a
wand.
No, a $400 lightsaber.
What?
Yes, had it for years. Yeah.
Does it saves people lives?
No, it's the official. I mean, it's heavy and it
lightsaber. LITE.
Oh, I thought he said a lifesaver.
No, lightsaber.
She's thinking you're handing out candies.
No.
No, I wasn't thinking that. I thought he could wave that wand and save my life.
You know, I got a funny story about candy corn. That one year, I had candy corn on the coffee table.
Yeah.
And I was living alone, and I kept noticing that the candy corn kept going down in the bowl.
No.
And I was like, was I maybe had a few to drink and I kept eating it, or filled it up? Nothing, kept going down. So finally, instead of just filling it up, I went to grab some of it. They were all stuck together. My dog had been slowly helping herself, not taking it all, because that would have been a giveaway.
Just a little lick.
She was smart enough to once in a while just go by and swipe a little bit out.
I thought you were going to say a rat, and I was going to go.
No.
Yesterday was National Candy Corn Day, and they say that you love it or you hate it.
I love it. I like candy corn.
I like it too. My sister gags.
I'm like on the fence.
See, the buttons on my sweater are candy corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Very special.
So I hear that phone ringing, so I'm pretty sure that is our first guest, Dr. Jim Kraft.
That's a nice name, Jim
Yeah.
Kraft. What's your name, Jim Kraft?
Jim Kraft.
Yeah, nice
So
smile.
let's
too.
see. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you today?
I am super happy Friday.
I'm so glad that you're with us.
Yeah, I am as well. Thank you for having me.
So
Happy
today-
Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Yeah. Are you dressing up?
Yeah, we did a little bit. Not too much.
Excuse me,
though.
none of this we. I did a little bit. Jim.
And I did a little bit.
Why can't I imagine what Linda would dress up as?
Yeah, I don't know.
A witch.
Oh,
She's got a lot of
no.
it in her closet, not to worry.
So I'm so happy that you're with us today, Jim. Jim is the founder and CEO of Advanced Care Advocate Associates and EverGuide, two organizations that help families and healthcare teams talk openly and clearly about what matters most before a crisis hits. So tell us a little bit about your background, Jim.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I have been married for 39 years to a lovely lady named Celeste.
How nice.
We like that.
Yeah, she dressed up as a saint this year. And it's not a new outfit for her, but yeah. So I spent the first 10 years of my adulthood actually building furniture for my dad. And then I went into the ministry. My wife and I went into the ministry and did some mission work around the world and ended up in Iowa and then Indianapolis on staff as a church So I was a pastor for 10 years in the Indianapolis area. And my mother was sick. She had cancer, lung cancer. So we decided to go for the long weekend up to Michigan to see our family. And my mother was in the hospital and no one told us. And so we decided to stick around for a long weekend and never went back. So we became kind of caregivers with the rest of our family for my mom. And in the middle of my mom's 2-year stint with cancer, my dad had a routine heart procedure that landed him in the ICU for 30 days. So we call that his little trip. And so we ended up staying in the Detroit area. It's been close to 18 years now. We never went back. We came here, and since then I was able to go on staff at one of the larger hospitals in the Detroit area as their chaplain. So I oversaw their chaplaincy and have worked as hospice chaplain for a number of years. So 20 years in health ministry at the bedside of literally thousands of people who were sick and dying.
Yeah, and that makes a difference in this world. So
yeah.
What motivates you to help those who are aging and experiencing health issues?
Well, in those 20 years, I've seen families struggle, individuals and families struggle, with just the complexity of health. Healthcare systems are not family friendly, and communication is terrible in the health system. And then just watching families struggle with trying to figure things out, and how do they take care of this loved one, right? But it wasn't until we moved back up here in Michigan and we dealt with my mom and dad that I really learned really the challenges. And
well, then it's brought right in front of your face.
Yeah,
it's right there.
It was the challenges we faced that I said, my wife and I kept saying, we need to start a business to help other families do what we're trying to do right now, and
it's
we were
tough.
learning. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it's tough.
How do you honor your mom and dad who raised you and now are getting to a point where they need you, and that whole relational dynamic changes. You can't parent your parent,
and you don't know what you don't know.
Oh, exactly.
That's the biggest. I think that's why I think education is one of the most important things of all. Because you don't know what you don't know.
Right. And it's kind of like the healthcare system is kind of like the IRS. If you don't ask the exact question the right way, they don't answer
in the right place.
Yeah. Or they answer it in healthcare lingo that you don't understand. Hospitals and healthcare they speak prescriptions and data and healthcare talk. Families talk emotion.
Yeah.
We're scared. We're scared. We're confused. We don't know. We're worried, right? We're anxious. So somebody has to connect the two and translate. And that's really what we try to do. Is we try to help families to, all get on the same page, all understand, what's going on, not only physically with our loved ones, but the emotional side. What's going on? What matters most to you today? Not 20 years from now or 10 years from now.
Yeah, right now.
But what right now that we can do something about it. So we try to translate that language into something that a doctor can see and say, hey, they have a goal, and their goal is maybe it's not to live as long as possible medically, but maybe my goal is to live well so that I can go see my granddaughter's wedding.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about EverGuide and how that came about.
Sure. So EverGuide really came about, as how do we, I was tired of seeing people struggle. I was tired of hearing the stories and experiencing the firsthand stories in my work with families that weren't on the same page. And so, you know, usually in caregivers, there's that one child that is, I'll say, the responsible one, and they kind of step forward while all the other siblings move backwards, and they become the one that ends up being the caregiver.
Well, usually I call them the designated daughter.
Or son.
Or son, but usually the designated daughter.
Yeah, or the slowest runner.
Yeah.
So, you know, so they end up doing that, and, you know, they don't know what is needed, and they have lives of their own and children of their own and responsibilities. And here all of a sudden this major responsibility is thrust upon them. And, you know, they may have siblings, but the siblings aren't necessarily engaged.
Right.
And so, you know, part of what we do is we help the primary caregiver to say who else is involved, you know, family members, maybe
who's on my team,
friends, church folks, you know, and who else is involved that we can help build a support team around, you know, you, and as you support your mother or your dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we help to kind of clarify who's engaged, who needs, you know, what needs to be done, who can do it, how do we do it together. And then we talk to one of the biggest things we do is we talk to your mom or dad, you know, we say, what do you want? You know, how do you want to live? And it's not about how do you want to die, you know, that advanced directives and all that stuff. It's how do you want to live today? And we'll live that way for as long as we can. And then when we can no longer live that way, how else do you want to live?
It takes a village, number one.
Exactly.
And number two, we need to have this discussion. Nobody wants to have this discussion. Well, more people are now, I think, as we're living so much older, living so much longer, to say, this is what I want.
Yeah. Well, you know, what I found is often I would be at the bedside and the daughter would be there, you know, at mom's bedside. Yeah. And mom doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to upset the daughter. Daughter doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to put mom in the grave before her time and doesn't want to upset her. So there's the elephant's in the room and nobody wants to acknowledge. And so often I would do is just say, hey, mom, I would just say just that, you know, mom doesn't want to upset you and you don't want to upset her, but let's talk about this. And just having somebody else facilitate that conversation. And that's what really we do with EverGuide is we help facilitate that conversation that allows mom to say, you know, I'd really like to, you know, you're smothering me. I love you, but you're smothering me and I can do things on my own. And, you know, I'll let you know when.
Well, it's
when
really nice if we can have this conversation before bedside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The hospital is the last place you want to have it.
Yeah.
You know, much better over, you know, mashed potatoes and gravy and at the dinner table. And when there's not,
you know, a big deal going on and I'm of clear mind and we're not in distress.
Right. And you still have a lot of life to live.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's diminished, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy your life, you know.
Not so much. I don't think it's so much diminished. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And I think that's what we need to think about. And I think when we can see that and we can make some adaptions and maybe just get down to our very basics, that's what works.
Yeah. I like that approach because diminished sounds like you've lost, and there is loss, let's, you know, be real. But different means, okay, it's, you know, our lives are changing every day, whether we're healthy or sick, right? And we're always adapting, and it's always different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that a lot. And so at EverGuide, you know, that's what we try to do. We really we really don't focus so much on the clinical side. We don't, get into numbers and data and reports and diagnosis and that. We get into, there's now a national model that is out there called age-friendly care.
Okay.
And it recognizes that, almost all of the geriatric, and I notice now with a lot of the clinics and even facilities, nursing homes, that they ask that question, what matters most to you now?
Yeah.
And, just finding out what matters, what not only medically, but as far as your life and quality of life and in life enjoyment.
Well, I have some families that get together every year on New Year's Day. And somewhere as they're enjoying food and chatting, they sit down and they have a conversation and goes, what's the plan for this year? Because maybe someone you had on your team isn't capable of being on your team anymore. Maybe you change your mind. And they said, we will wear black. And they just laugh about it, but they address it.
Yeah.
And they will have that peace of mind.
And as we age and as the older we get, the more, things pile up on our healthcare resume. Right.
Healthcare resume. That's funny. Go ahead.
And so, it doesn't all happen at once. It happens slowly.
Right.
But what happens is the primary, the responsible daughter, or what did you call her?
The designated daughter.
The designated daughter, is home. She sees what's happening day to day.
Yeah.
And so she sees the little things like, Dad, should we let him drive the car?
He's struggling.
He's struggling. But the sibling in California or, in Florida, they don't see those day to days.
No.
They're not kept abreast. And so there's a disconnect between those siblings, even though they both love mom. There's a disconnect because they're not seeing the same thing.
They talk to him on the phone and mom's like, everything's great. We're all good. Everything's fabulous.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And then, and this sibling is saying, oh, I think maybe might be time to consider for mom to go into a community. What are you talking about? She's just fine. Well, come live here with me for a week or two.
Yeah. For a day.
Exactly.
Even. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so part of what we do is we have that family meeting. We call it a family snapshot. And it's like, okay, let's get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
And, we do that as often as necessary. And really, it's as much for that designated daughter as it is for mom.
Yeah.
Because,
and
the
for the whole
designated
family.
daughters. Yeah.
And for the whole family.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody wants the best, right?
Yes.
And everybody wants to make sure mom is safe and that mom is well cared for.
Right.
But, very few people are willing to say, hey, we need help. This is where we need help.
Well, I want to say to all my caregivers that are listening today, when you say you need help, that is strength. That is not weakness.
Exactly.
That is strength for you, for your family, for your loved one. I mean, I always say none of us are getting out of here alive. So let's make the best we can of it.
Yeah. Well, and how many times do family and friends or, people want to help us as caregivers and they say, let me know if you need any help. And that's a very thoughtful sentiment, but they usually don't go anywhere from there. And so
I think what happens is when you ask somebody, what can I do to help you? They're thinking, oh, one more thing for my list. I got to think about what you can help me with.
Right.
Are you going to bathe my mom so I say to caregivers, take a little bit of time to sit down and make a list of some things you can accept help with.
Yeah.
And then just show them the list and they're going to go, yeah, I'll mow your lawn. Yeah, I'll bring your trash cans in.
Exactly. And so what we have in EverGuide is we've created what we call a family dashboard.
Okay.
And so once we talk to mom and find out, where her needs are, where her issues are as far as maybe mobility, maybe getting to the doctors. Maybe it's just a visit to come over and have coffee.
Yeah.
So we put those on. We review. Actually, there's 4. They're called M's, or what matters. We look at medications. We look at mentation, or the mental alertness.
Mm-hmm.
We look at mobility issues, but then we also look at memory and expression.
Mm-hmm.
When I oftentimes moms and dads will say, "I hate it when people talk for me." I was at the doctor with my father-in-law.
Like
No, I was at the doctor with my father-in-law, and the doctor kept looking at me and talking, right?
Yeah, like he's
and
not even there.
Yeah, and my father-in-law, he's a curmudgeon. He's passed on, but he was a curmudgeon, and he grabbed that doctor's face and turned it towards him, and he said, "I'm right here." And it's just things like that a doctor's not gonna. The doctor's not going to ask about that.
Yeah, no.
But that's something that the family members can know about. And what's life enjoyment?
Yeah.
Is it just being able to get outside and have a cup of coffee? Is it seeing or talking on the phone with a old friend, or those are the things that we post on our family chat, family dashboard, and then the family can say, "Oh, you know what? I can call my aunt and ask her to call mom."
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very simple, very basic, non-clinical. Everybody has great doctors and they're well cared for. I hope, at least medically. We try to catch those cracks communication-wise between families and between the loved one and the family.
So Jim, where can our listeners find you?
We have a website, and it's kind of a long one, but www.acacaregiving, or I'm sorry,
AC
care planning.
So it's a care
ACACarePlanning.com.
Okay, and I'll put all that information into the show, so our listeners can contact you. It's been wonderful having you on the show today. I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
And I hope we'll do some things together for my next conference.
I would love that. And you make sure you get lots of candy tonight.
I already ate all mine. I did.
Well, I told my grandkids, they were over there earlier today. I said, "You get a lot of candy because Opa can't go out anymore."
That's right.
I'm gonna steal yours.
Well, enjoy, my friend. We'll talk soon.
All right, ladies. Have a great day.
Thanks. And now it's time to hear from our wonderful partners, because you know the deal. If you don't hear from them, you don't hear from me. We'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
Are you getting older, or are you taking care of somebody who is? Getting older creates new problems you probably never imagined. One of the big ones is, how do you pay for care? Care in your home, care in an assisted living facility, or care in a nursing home. Did you know that nursing home care in our community can cost up to $12,000 per month? For the last 33 years, our office has helped families access benefits, including Medicaid, VA, and PACE, to help pay for the cost of long-term care. Regardless of what your assets are or what your income is, you can qualify for these benefits. Proper planning and guidance are absolutely necessary to avoid being wiped out. Let us help. If you are in care or heading in that direction, we can help solve that problem. Take action now to obtain benefits to pay for the cost of care. Here are the 4 things that you need to do. 1, get a new power of attorney. Your old one probably isn't good enough. Get a healthcare surrogate and a living will. 3, get an estate plan that will not disqualify you from benefits. And 4, get a plan to qualify for Medicaid, PACE, or VA benefits to pay for the long-term care costs. Call us today for a free consultation, 727-539-0181, or go to flmedicaid.com and download our free book on Medicaid and planning for long-term care. I'm Sean Scott. I'm here to help.
Guaranteed to make you laugh through your tears, Linda Burhan's book, Good Night and God Bless, is filled with humor and heartfelt inspiration to aid anyone facing the challenge of caring for a loved one at the end of life. Her story offers hope for human strength and understanding of weaknesses during a difficult time. Life doesn't normally prepare us to become a loved one's caregiver. When it happens, it's usually sudden. A diagnosis of an illness, age-related frailty, dementia, and life suddenly is anything but normal. And because we don't even know what we don't know, where do we turn to for help or guidance? In Connecting Caregivers, Answers to the Questions You Didn't Know You Needed to Ask, Linda offers information, education, and inspiration from her own experience and from experts whose advice, practical tools, and personal stories will empower and guide you. Make sure to add these inspiring books to your collection today. Available on Amazon.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. So I really enjoyed Dr. Kraft's conversation.
Yes,
with
very much.
EverGuide and everything. I think we need to have those conversations more.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I have my friend Joanne Wolloff on the show with us today.
Hi, guys.
How are you today?
I'm doing a little better than excellent.
Yeah. So we met probably 2 months ago, maybe?
Yep, about 2 months.
And Joanne is an AI certified consultant. AI, everybody's like, AI, I'm scared. Oh, AI.
Are you for that AI?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to learn that.
So
That's a
and
good
I think
one. I
we
like
all want to learn that. And I think we all have a fear of it because you hear a lot of stuff that you don't know about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's how did you get into this to begin with?
Okay, well, I worked for corporate America for 40 years. And then when I was 62 years old, they voluntold me to retire. So
They released you.
They released me gently and nicely. I was okay with it. But at 62 years old, what do you do? So I found myself in entrepreneurship, and I was an affiliate marketer. And I fell into it. I literally fell into affiliate marketing. I was recently interviewed by Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup with the Soul.
I love him.
I love him. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And he dubbed me the accidental affiliate. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. So anyway, let's move forward. We'll fast forward to November 30th, 2022. 2 seemingly unimportant things happened that day. First, I turned 65, very quietly turned 65. And secondly, there was a company called OpenAI that released a program called ChatGPT. And the rest is history. And when they released it on a Wednesday,
And that was a couple of years ago. We're just
that was
talking
in
about
2022.
Yeah,
right?
we're only
It
really
was in
hearing more about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened was that day when it released it, within 3 days by the weekend, 1 million users had signed on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was an explosion.
Did they have
Mostly
an age?
young, right?
Everybody did it. Baby boomers weren't really anxious
No,
to do
I
it
was
at
going to
all.
say it had to be
Right.
young people.
Had to be all, but work
But
people.
now everybody is.
Everybody says something about it, whether they're scared, nervous, excited, but everybody has some opinion about
Well,
it.
it's part of us now. We have no choice.
It's going from now forward.
So let's
and
be
it's-
friends.
It is so much fun. I can get lost in AI all day long. So, and I am a baby boomer, so I'm fitting right into the audience that I like to teach. So anyway, I fell into AI as well, but AI, when I was in tech for IBM and CVS, all I ever did was learn and learn and learn IT and more systems and more systems. AI comes out, and AI has a new trick, a new something every single day. There's a new AI, and I'm like, and you're trying to keep up, and you're overwhelmed, and So I followed everybody else on the track, and I was running. And I finally went, you know what? The baby boomers are being left behind.
Yeah,
they are being.
Yeah.
So instead of following everyone, I got myself some good mentors who are all teaching me what they're out there following, and I'm just taking the stuff.
Because you know what? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
There you go. Absolutely. So I felt bad for the baby boomers, and that's how I started what I'm doing. I'm doing something called Boomerville AI newsletter. It's like, so it's just to help the older people that are afraid.
Okay, so the biggest question all the time is, how am I going to know what's real and what's not?
That's a tough one. You're not
with the whole internet even.
But you know what's really funny too is, and when I see AI now, I just go, I don't care. You know, if I see a reel and it's real exciting, I know it's AI. It doesn't tempt me anymore.
How do you know?
Well, you can tell. Oh, you can tell.
Can you?
Oh, you can right now. You can still tell because they're doing ridiculous.
They said eventually you won't be able to tell.
That's true too. So what I'm suggesting to everybody out there is don't believe anything you see. From this point on, don't ever believe anything you see, because I can take both of you, put you in a room today, and tomorrow I can make this whole show up without you there.
Yeah.
And I can reproduce you.
And all my wrinkles can be off my face.
Oh, they'd be gone because we wouldn't want that, right?
Next time you have to go away.
Yeah, there you go. We'll clone you. We'll clone you. It is that close.
All right, but I think people are right now. There are people listening to the show and they go, "I have no clue about AI. I'm scared, but I'm interested."
Okay, what I would suggest is, have you both used ChatGPT?
I have. She has.
But you've never used it even once.
Not even.
Okay, then let me talk to that place in the room.
It's not that I wouldn't. It's just that when we get together, we have other things we're doing. But no, I'd like to try it.
I like it when I'm alone. Never mind with other people.
No, I wanted her to show me how to get on it.
But
I see. Yeah.
it's very
So
simple.
what I would recommend for someone who has never tried it before
Yes.
is you go on. I do it on the computer. A lot of people like to do it on their phone.
Do it on the iPad.
You can do it on the iPad. It's bigger. I'm just saying
Yeah.
bigger. I
Yeah,
have the
I
eye
do the
problem.
iPad.
You do it on the iPad. I would go to OpenAI, which is the name of the company, and it will say sign up. And you sign up for free. Do not buy anything.
Okay.
You don't need to. We're just learning. It doesn't. Okay.
All right.
So you sign up for free,
All right.
and then say, what was your last name? What was your full name?
Linda Thornley.
I would say, hey, Chatty, because that's what I call my chat. What do you know about Linda Thornley from, say, Tampa or wherever you're from? And see what the internet already knows about you.
They don't know much because I go under the false
Well,
name.
go under whatever name you want to put. See,
Oh,
what do you
yeah.
know? What do you know about this?
Or just say,
And
what do you
ask
know
it.
about Linda Burhans? It'll
Yeah.
give you 18
Or Lynn
freaking
Thor.
pages.
Yeah, so that's what I would recommend to everybody who's brand new. Go on to chat and ask it what it knows about you.
Okay.
'Cause the most important thing about Chatty is when you're talking to your chat, okay? I call
Mhm.
mine Chatty Joe. When I'm talking to Chatty Joe, I want Chatty Joe to answer me the way I want to be answered. I like step by step. I like 7th grade tone. I like it to be funny. I like it to be conversational. I don't want a computerized answer. I don't want to say do. I don't want it to
Right.
sound like
That's
a
not your
computer.
personality.
I want it to be me. So when I'm talking, so you need to train your Chatty. So when you get on and you say, what do you know? You say, well, let me tell you a few things about myself. I want to be treated like this. I want you to be funny when you talk to me. And it'll say, okay, we'll do that. And it'll stop being funny to you. And you'll get it to sound more like you every single time.
Well, sometimes like I'll go on and I'll say, I want to write a testimonial for this.
Okay.
Or whatever. And it comes back with a testimonial. And I'm like, I want it to be a little warmer.
Good.
Or I want it to have a little humor in it, or whatever.
Okay.
And then it comes back and it says more. So I feel by the end, I kind of tweak it to me.
Right. And it's
I feel like
starting
it's
to
a
learn
guideline.
you. It's starting to learn you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now next time it does it, it should go closer to this one. So if you have 4 or 5 testimonials you've already done, put them in and say, hey, Chatty, these are ones I've done before. It'll read them and say, now
Know
I
your
want you
personality.
now I want you to write one and sound like me. And now you won't do so much tweaking all the time. It becomes you.
Right.
Right? Really, really simple. That's just if you want to train it. If you don't want to train it, you can go out there and just play with it. Let me tell you what I
But
did.
you can use it for so many things. You could say, give me a recipe for blueberry muffins.
Oh,
right?
yeah, like I'm going to do that.
No, but people
How-
could. People don't have to say, I want you to get into my private life.
You can take your camera and you're going to go into your refrigerator and you can snap a picture and say, this is what I have. Give me 5 different recipes I can make for supper.
Cottage cheese.
Mine will say Coke.
But
you
yeah.
But
but you can make.
how do you install the
What's she
Ring
do?
doorbell. I'm getting a new Ring doorbell.
Oh, those are cool.
He won't come to my house, that chatty person.
Yeah, but I think it's part of what's happening. And I think we all need an education on it and not be afraid of it. So, I work with a company, Super Patch, and we had this conference call the other day, and we were like, we need to know how to post better on Facebook, and we need to learn about AI. And I'm like, well, listen to the show today.
Okay, so here's what I want to tell them to do.
Yeah.
Take the URL from your website,
Okay.
put it in Chatty, and say, evaluate me. Tell me what people like about my website, what's wrong with my website. Tell me things to improve it. You'll be amazed. It'll tell you all the good things. You get this, and it'll tell you why. And then it'll say, if you did this, you'll get this many more people.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
that would be awesome for a business already there. You can do that for a Facebook page if you're trying to sell something from your page, small business owners. Take your URL from your page, put it in Chatty, and say,
what's a URL?
The URL is a link,
It's
like
the
website name.
www.
That is a URL.
LindaBurhans.com?
Yes,
Okay.
that is the URL. So take the link and put it, just put it right in the chat and say, tell me about this website. And
See, if you want a beginner, I'm the one to come to, because
ask me questions. Ask me beginner questions.
No, I have been wanting to do it. I think it's very scary. And I think that certain politicians will always say when they do something stupid, oh no, that wasn't me, that was AI. But
but you know what
they
I like
say you
about
can
it?
tell by right now.
It's the library.
It's a research. It's a
It's
research
a library
tool.
at your hands.
It's a research tool at your hands.
And I don't have to go on Google, and then it gives me
15,000 different things to
Right.
pick, and most of them are sponsored.
right. I just ask, and I can do with whatever I want with it.
Right.
I don't have to agree with it, whatever. But in a minute,
The thing to remember with ChatGPT is you'll get out of it what you put in. So if you say, tell me about such and such.
so the more you use it,
It's not the more you use it, is you got to be direct. Like if I say, tell me about Woonsocket, it'll tell me about Woonsocket, Minnesota, Woonsocket, Rhode Island. I
Right.
wasn't clear enough. Tell me about Woonsocket, Rhode Island in today's world. Now it'll come up to tell me exactly what I want. So you need to pinpoint what you want.
Let's say when you go on Google, you have to put in what you really want.
But on Google,
But it's not the same, but I'm saying you have to be specific.
you have to be very specific. But on Google, you can't tell it to come back in a certain direction. So what I'll say is, tell me about this, but give it to me in a 7th grade tone. I don't want it to
of
have.
course. Yeah.
But you can do that on Chatty.
Yeah.
You can
I
do
like
You say,
that.
I like it because it gives you good examples. It gives you, it's like when you were a kid and you hit the baseball bat over the, I remember doing that. You broke a window. It gives you good examples, So I really like that way.
Well, that's fun. Now I will definitely have to go on it.
I used it yesterday.
And how did you use it yesterday?
I used it yesterday, and somebody came up to me and said, I got a free ticket to Busch Gardens. I'm like, how did you get that? She showed me this. And I went, well, where did you? I can't remember. I took a picture of that. I put it on Chatty, and I said, Chatty, a friend of mine just did this. To my glasses are on my head. Okay. So I'll tell you exactly what I told it, and you'll be blown away. Okay. All right. So I put that one little picture, and I said, can you tell me how this ticket was generated? It seems like the Bucks have some kind of a promotion, and I don't know how to get it. That's all I told Chatty.
Okay.
Whoa! It came back and said, hey guys, nice find. You're totally right. The free ticket you saw is part of a promotion between Tampa Buccaneers and Kane's Furniture, giving away to fans a free ticket if Tampa Bay does a certain condition during their game. And then it says, here's how it works. Step by step. The Bucks have to do this. You have to do, and gives you the link to go to
So
get
how
the
would you
ticket.
even know, right? You would never even know.
That's amazing.
So and all I did was take a picture of somebody's ticket, a voucher, and ChatGPT gave me all the specifics. It's the one thing I love about it is I always say, I want step by step. If I ask you a question, and any question, I want to make sure you give me a step by step so I don't have another question.
I was in New York last week, and my daughter's here now this week. She's there.
Oh, cool.
And she's like a little freaking out about subways and stuff, and they want to go to the Bronx Zoo.
Yep.
So I bought them like a 7-day pass for bus and subway, and I went down to a couple of the subways and said, I think it's okay, it's not so bad. And then I said to ChatGPT, give me exact directions from the address to the Bronx Zoo. And it was like walk out to the front of the building, go left 3 blocks, go down the subway, go on the right side, take the E train to what?
And
It
she
was
could have said
door to door.
She could have said on the way to the subway, what kind of places do I have to eat? And it would have told you where to go to eat. What kind of food do they have? So when people doing vacations, I want to go from here to Rhode Island. I want it to take 3 days. I want to stop and see 2 or 3 zoos. It will plan it out for you. And they'll say, I want the least amount of traffic at the right time.
And the best clam cakes.
And okay, fish and chip too. And fish and chip. And it'll give you all of that stuff. It'll line it up for you. It'll tell you how long it'll take you from one place to the other. It's just incredible.
All right, so there's free and then there's paid for.
Yes.
Give me the reasons
And
why.
what is the name of it?
Chat GPT.
No, is that what you told me to sign up for before?
Yeah, you can go to open.ai. That is the name of the company.
Okay.
Open.ai.
I can put it on your phone for you later.
And then it's Chat GPT you're
Right
signing
there.
up for.
See, Chat
It looks like a
I
knot.
think I could do it.
It's like a white knot. And once it's open, you can say, how do I do whatever you want?
Whatever.
Anything in the world. There's nothing you can't ask it, which is amazing. It's like having a buddy. It's like having her on the side of you all the time. Could you have her on the side of you all the time?
I don't know. That might be a little much.
That'd be all right.
I love it. I love it.
What do you want our listeners to hear today?
I want them to not be so afraid of ChatGPT. If you're okay,
Because it's here.
Okay, how about you're a caregiver? All right, you have a patient there. You can use that, and you can write their whole life story. Just every day, I would go to Chatty and I'd say, hey Chatty, I'm taking care of somebody, and I would love for her grandchildren to know her whole life story. Tell me where to start. Now, ChatGPT will tell you okay, first you need to know where was she born?
Right.
What kind of friends did she
It'll
have?
give you like
It'll give you the questions to ask her.
And can you print it out?
You can print it.
That's what I like.
Not only
We're paper girls.
Yeah.
you can print it out, and then when you're done, you don't need full sentences. She can say, I was 13, I met Carol. Okay. I was in the Bronx and I did this. I was short, and ChatGPT will make a beautiful poem of all of her poem or story or whatever.
Well, actually, the other day, one of my friend's dog died.
Oh no.
And I wanted to send a card, and I didn't really know what to say. And I went to ChatGPT
Yeah.
and told about the dog and put a picture of the dog, and it sent me like the nicest, sweetest thing.
And you did it right. You gave ChatGPT all the information. You wanted the kind of dog and the kind of how, you gave it all the right. And that's what I would tell my listeners is.
And it gave me like 8 choices.
And see, people say you're losing your creativity if you go to ChatGPT. That's crap. It gave you 8 more ideas. It just
Well, one was just like, okay, I'm sad about your dog. Your dog went to Rainbow Bridge or whatever. And the other one was like, your dog probably left a lot of paw prints on your kitchen floor. But I think the biggest paw prints were the
On
ones
your heart.
on your heart.
I knew that would be there.
Yeah, I knew
Right,
that was
that's
coming.
me, right? Whatever. So, but it was, I wouldn't have thought about that. Writing those words myself, I'd just be like, I'm really sorry. I know you love Squishy and
Squishy.
Yeah, Squishy.
Really?
Yeah, that's the dog's name.
Was it an octopus?
No, it's like a puggy face.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
you can do so many things. So many things.
Yeah, I'm going to do it for sure because
I
I've been
hope you
thinking
do.
about it. I'm going to.
So what if our listeners want to contact you, and are you interested in doing like trainings or anything for people?
Yeah, I'm gonna be training baby boomers coming up in November and December. You can reach me at aijo.online. And that
Okay.
just will give you my address, my phone numbers and stuff. And then you can text or we can start a conversation. I'm more interested in teaching baby boomers right now. You are my avatar. Somebody from scratch. So if you got a question, you call, and I want to go slow.
But I'm a millennial.
I start with baby
Did
boomers. I go back.
ChatGPT tell you that?
I'm going to tell
So will you be doing like
ChatGPT.
live classes, Zoom classes, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely will do Zoom. I'll do. I would like to go to libraries and help out at the
Yeah, that's
libraries.
fabulous.
Yeah, I would.
I
Like
went
to do
years
that.
ago. I went to this class at the library, and it was geeks and geezers.
Oh, I love it.
So it was young kids and older people, and that was like when the technology first started.
Yep.
But it was fabulous
It
because
is.
you don't know what you don't know.
That's
don't
what I
know.
say every morning. When I can't figure out something on my computer or whatever, I
That was-
wish I was younger.
Oh, you don't ever have to do that again.
No, I can ask
You can.
Cat.
Yeah, I was
but I
gonna
would call her
How do
Chatty
you give it a
Cathy.
name?
Chatty Cathy. Chatty
How
Cathy.
Do you
give it a
remember
name?
that?
Huh?
How do you give it a name?
I gave it Chatty Joe.
No, so when you open it up, you just go, "This is your name."
Yeah. Hey, Chatty. I'm going to call you Chatty Joe from now on. Okay. It'll say, "Sure, that's a great name. Thank you." And
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember Chatty Cathy?
I
Are
do.
you guys too young?
Oh, excuse me.
What's the
Very
last
young.
thing you want our listeners to hear today?
What's that?
What's the last thing you want our listeners to hear today?
The listeners to hear is do not be afraid of AI because it's not scary. It's fun.
And anyway, we're on the way out. We're so old, so it's not going to affect us.
All right, now time to hear from our wonderful partners, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Located in Seminole, the Alexander Spine Center team is trained on the latest chiropractic treatments and technologies. At Alexander Spine Center, you'll find chiropractic and physical therapy care that is safe, effective, and a natural approach to pain and other health-related issues. Chiropractic unlocks your body's potential and natural healing process to ensure your life is a healthy life. We treat clients from the womb to the tomb. Call 727-397-3000 for a free consultation today, or visit our website at www.alexanderspinecenter.com.
They take good care of me twice a week, so check them out.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
We believe the power of the human body and mind can do amazing things, and that tapping into that power, not just tricking it with a temporary disguise, is possible. Superpatch technology uses a special pattern and vibrotactile technology to help you go from feeling blah to hurrah. Now, once the Superpatch is in contact with your skin, it triggers a neutral response in the brainstem that helps you tackle your daily problems head on. Whether you're struggling with pain, balance, stress, or focus, we have a solution that might be right for you. With Superpatch's 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Hi, this is Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers. I started using the Liberty Patch over 3 years ago. I used to be a tripper, but since wearing a Liberty Patch, I haven't tripped once. The Liberty Patch is proven to reduce the risk of falling by up to 8 times. And as we all know, if you prevent the fall, you prevent the call. Don't wait until it's too late. Preventative solutions are the answer.
Superpatch does not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure illness. Superpatch is FDA registered. To receive 25% off your first order, go to sticktoit.info. That's sticktoit.info and learn more.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. So just wanted to remind you, the Connecting Caregivers Conference is coming up November 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's 3 days virtual. We have 18 speakers, totally free for caregivers. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to get dressed up. You don't have to find somebody to take care of your loved one. We have our opening speakers are Teresa Wilbanks and Suzanne White, and they're going to talk about permission to exhale, because that's what we need to do. We have Voices of Hope from Aphasia. We have elder law attorney Sean Scott. We have people on Parkinson's. We have people on CBD and medical marijuana. We have people on scams, all sorts of wonderful things. This is our 9th conference. So you can just go to connectingcaregiversconference.com and register. It takes you like 1 minute. Please tell your friends, because the more information we can get out there, and you know what? I don't expect you to sit there for 3 days and watch the whole thing, because I'm running it and I can barely do it. But as long as you register within 30 days, you'll receive all the videos of the conference free of charge. So please do that. Go to the website, lindaburhans.com, nominate someone for the caregiver contest. Every single person that gets nominated receives a small gift from me. And then once a quarter, we pick one main winner. It's just random because you're all winners to us, and you get massages and gift cards and haircuts and all sorts of wonderful stuff. So come back next week for another wonderful show. Remember, God loves you all the time, and have a delicious day.